So when did your music when did you start taking it more seriously and start putting it out there on platforms and online?
I released my first thing on platforms. It was an EP called Beginning EP, and I released it in 2014. It was
Mhm.
my capstone project for college. Our capstone was that we had to create a project of work, and I made like 4 songs, 5 songs, and I thought they were really cool. So I just uploaded them via like DistroKid or Record Union, um, and I just threw them up, and then people started listening to it, and then I started to take it seriously. Because before then, I was only on SoundCloud and Bandcamp, and though I had got some looks on those pages, like, I wasn't generating money from it. And
Right.
then Spotify rolled around. That was my first thing. So I got into Spotify relatively early, around 2014. Uh,
Mm.
Throwing stuff up on there started to make me take it more and more seriously. I think 2014, I started, I was like, okay, maybe this will, really start to kick off. Because mind you, at this point, I've been making music for about 6 years, and
Yeah.
like nothing fruitful had come of it. Um, then like 2015, I dropped another one, Where Are My Friends? And that one started to pick up a lot of steam. Um, and so I was like taking it more and more seriously. Then when I dropped Marbled, I knew I was going to be a full-time musician.
Mm.
That was like 2018, right after I moved to Austin.
Mm. So that relatively recently then, 2018.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was always taking it seriously as far as like the process of making music is, but we both know that there's way more
Yes.
than just making it.
Yeah. Yeah. So was it because of the feedback that you were getting from people that made you take it more seriously and see the path that you were on?
Yeah, I couldn't like, I mean, once I put music out there and there's people like messaging me on Instagram like, "Hey, like I'm a random person, like I really like your music." That was crazy. And then the live shows too. The first live show I ever had with real fans come to it was here in Austin. And I played at like a tiny bar in 2018 or 2017. Um, and I had like 20 or 30 people come out, and they came out to, tiny little bar in Austin, and it was just 20 to 30 people, and I was just so excited. Like I'd never experienced something like that in my life. Like real random strangers listening to my music. Um, and then of course I was just like, okay, this is it. Like we're doing it. 2 years down the line, we're like selling out 500 caps or whatever, and that's the kind of shit that keeps me going is the fans.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And were you nervous in the beginning? Like were you a shy kid? I know I was. Like when I first started making music, I was rapping over my own beats and doing the same thing that you were, just going out to like local open mics and shit.
Kato spit bars. What is this?
Yeah, I got bars, bro. We'll battle rap at the end of this or something. But yeah, I was like a super shy kid. I just remember being so nervous for my first couple shows. Were you the same way?
Yeah, I was kind of nervous, but I've always been, I've, I was always nervous to show people my music. Like to be like, hey, I make music. You should check this out. Like I'm still nervous to do that. Like I never do that to anyone. Um, but when I'm on stage, it's kind of different. I feel like there's like a beast inside me, an attention whore inside me
Mm-hmm.
that craves that presence and that spotlight. So I'm not really nervous on stage. I'm mostly just nervous, like, about my music in general. I'm like shy when I like meet people and like introduce myself as a musician, more so than I am on stage.
Right, because you kind of tap into your element on stage.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never really been nervous about like speaking in front of people or like, speaking in front of large crowds. I'm not really like afraid of crowds or anything like that. I played my first show. I played at the Talent Quest at like 14 years old. So I like got it all out, all like the nervousness, and like people started cheering because they thought I was good. I've never really been like that nervous since then.
Wow.
I don't know what it is. Superpower.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
But I get fucking nervous, man. Like when I show people my music, like what they'll think of it, or like, you know, if
But
someone's
that's
listening.
normal. I feel like every creative, even outside of the music industry, if you're, you know, a painter or if you do anything creative, like it's a really kind of personal thing
Your
to
baby.
open, yeah, like to open yourself up to judgment from other people. Um, you know, because you just start thinking about the worst. Like, what if they don't like it? What if they tell me I suck? Like, all your insecurities kind of manifest when you share your art with someone. So I think that's normal.